straight up begging on TikTok Live for Galaxy gifts worth $16.
Jack Doherty is finally going broke. Look, I'm gonna be honest, I never thought I'll be talking about Jack Doherty for the next couple of months, but here we are.
So Jack Doherty pretty much built his empire on stunts and controversy, and now it's crashing faster than his McLaren into a highway barrier. Because I'm talking about a creator who went from pulling in over $1 million a year to begging for $15 TikTok donations. And somehow it gets so much worse from there. Because what started as viral pranks and flex culture turned into a masterclass on how to destroy your own income streams through arrests, platform bans, and decisions so catastrophically stupid that even his sponsors dipped. So how exactly did Jack Doherty go from multi-million-dollar brand deals to streaming with fewer sponsors than a random Roblox YouTuber? Well, for context, Jack built his entire career on YouTube doing marker flipping videos and public stunts that progressively got more reckless over time. At his peak, the guy was actually earning some serious cash. He had 15 million subscribers, over 6 billion views, and YouTube ad revenue estimates sitting around $1.2 million annually. Then he also had sponsorship deals with Nike, Adidas, Pepsi, and a bunch of other major brands worth anywhere from $200,000 to $700,000 per year. Then if we add in his kick streaming income, pulling 50 to 100 grand annually, and you're looking at someone who should have been set for life if he played his cards even remotely right. But this is Jack Doherty we're talking about, so let's not fool ourselves. Because the thing is, Jack's content thrived on chaos, and chaos eventually comes with consequences. And those...
Bro, you literally grew your channel 9 years straight, pulling serious cash, and you were famous, you were loved. Now, because of your dumbest stunts, like you even went on stream with the Island Boys. I never thought Island Boys would be on YouTube, but now here we are, bro. They're there with Jack Doherty. You managed to pull serious cash and you did this to your life. Bro, on God, your life is sad, bro. Your life is so sad, bro.
Consequences hit all at once starting in October 2024, which pretty much started Jack's whole brokey spiral. So, as most of you may know, Jack was live streaming on Kick while driving a $200,000 McLaren in the rain while on his phone. Then, surprise, surprise, he lost control and absolutely totaled his McLaren.
Oh! Oh! No! No!
His cameraman got injured, even needed stitches, and the internet had front row seats to the entire disaster. Now, crashing your car is bad enough, but doing it while breaking the law on a live stream, that's a special kind of stupid. Because this resulted in the Florida Highway Patrol citing him for using a wireless communication device while driving, and Kick immediately banned him from the platform, permanently. Well, unless he paid $300,000 to get back on, which Aiden Ross allegedly told him was the price of re-entry. So just like that, his $50,000 to $100,000 annual Kick income vanished overnight. And the McLaren he paid $202,850 for was also gone. Never mind the cost of customizing it and modifying the exhaust just to turn it into a $200,000 paperweight live on the internet. And let me tell you, after the police cited him and all the evidence was on stream, his insurance wasn't covering a cent. But wait, it gets worse. Because immediately after the crash, Jack did something that perfectly encapsulates just how desperate things were about to get. He basically started begging for donations. Not subtle fundraising, not a GoFundMe with a heartfelt message, straight up begging on TikTok Live for Galaxy gifts worth $16.
Guys, let's see how fast we can hit my Galaxy goal. I'm going to follow everyone back once we hit it. Appreciate y'all. Cole with the Galaxy. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate it.
While simultaneously reminding everyone he owns a McLaren.
How'd you crash your car? I hydroplaned. I literally hydroplaned. I'm in a McLaren in the pouring rain. What do you expect? You guys have never drove a McLaren.
Except he didn't own a McLaren anymore because he just totaled it on camera, but sure, let's pretend that flex still lands. So then the internet started roasting him into oblivion. They pointed out that he's begging for money while flexing a car he just crashed, and that if he needed $15 that bad, maybe the mansion rent is too high. And they weren't wrong, because Jack's monthly expenses are absolutely insane. Because at around this same time, Jack was paying $60,000 per month for a Miami mansion. That's $720,000 per year just in rent. Not mortgage, rent.
$60,000 a month to live at this house, and another $10,000 a month for the house next door. So that's $70,000 a month in rent total. And yeah, it's going down the drain.
Now add in the cost of security, production crew, travel, and the general lifestyle inflation that comes with being an influencer who built his brand on excess, and you're easily looking at monthly burn rates exceeding $100,000, which was fine when the money was flowing. But when your income drops by roughly 80% almost overnight, those expenses don't just disappear. They become anchors dragging you straight to the bottom. And speaking of income dropping,
Bro, don't forget his girl broke up with him because of some reasons that she called the cops on him, bro. I don't even, like, just watch the video yourself, bro. I don't know how to explain it really, bro. Just, McCanny basically called the cops on Jack for abuse or something. So he was basically a wife abuser as well or something. I don't know.
let's look at the numbers. Because at the start of 2026, YouTube analytics tools estimated Jack's monthly earnings in January and February at around $3,000 and $2,000. Keep in mind that's down from $10,000 to $14,000 per month in early 2024. So we're talking about a revenue collapse of like 80% in less than 2 years. Not to mention his subscriber growth is in the negatives, and his estimated annual YouTube income dropped from over $1 million to potentially as low as $24,000, depending on which analytics tool you trust. And remember those sponsorship deals I mentioned earlier? Nike, Adidas, Pepsi, and everyone else? Yeah, they are all gone. So between October and December 2024 alone, he's estimated to have lost approximately $1.8 million in sponsorship deals. So why the collapse? Well, it's simply due to the fact that every controversy he created pushed brands further away, because advertisers don't want to be associated with someone who crashes cars on live streams, gets arrested, and becomes a walking PR nightmare. Which brings us to November 2025, when Jack got arrested in Miami Beach for blocking traffic while filming content for a gambling ad.
What? All right, after I hit this hand.
You're about to go to jail.
Huh?
Is he serious telling the cops to wait to play stake on TikTok? Yeah, bro. No wonder people left you, bro. Thank God, bro.
Then, when police told him to move, he said, "Once I'm done with this bet," and kept filming. And after being arrested, they found drugs on him. So he ended up being charged with felony drug possession, misdemeanor marijuana possession, and resisting arrest without violence. The bond...
Bro, why, bro? Just why? You're famous. Sponsorships are paying you 1.8 million, bro. That's enough, bro. Reasons people do drugs is because they're not like you, bro. They're broke, actually. They need the money. That's what they do. You don't. You are literally a multi-millionaire with McLarens, Teslas, bro, like a lot of things, bro. And you have a nice girlfriend. It's all lost, bro. It's your fault. You ruined your life like that, bro.
was set at $3,500, which he posted and got released the same day. But the financial damage from that arrest goes way beyond 35 grand, because felony charges require serious legal defense. Attorney fees for felony cases in Miami can easily run $50,000 to $200,000 or more, depending on how long it drags out. And that's not his only legal nightmare. He's been fighting a massive civil lawsuit since February 2024 after his bodyguard punched a guy at a Halloween party. The lawsuit claims Jack incited a 2 versus 2 fight, live streamed the entire assault across Kick, YouTube, and TikTok, and is now facing charges for assault, battery, negligence, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. So, between criminal defense costs, multiple civil lawsuits dragging through court, and insurance companies actively trying not to pay him, Jack's legal bills are stacking up faster than his controversies. And let me tell you, Lil Bro's definitely starting to feel the pressure. He's even been caught crashing out on his own streams.
I'm the only one here working. I'm the only one here working. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I do. Because I have bills every month. I have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars every month, and it's...
But surely Jack has other income streams to cover all these bills, right? Well, kind of, but not really. He supposedly runs an OF management company, which he's claimed generates millions in revenue.
What?
But even that got torched after the breakup with McKinley Richardson, which led to public accusations that...
Wait, so you a cuck as well? Oh God, that's crazy, bro. Putting your wife on OnlyFans for millions is crazy. It's crazy, bro. So you are literally everything no one wants to be, bro.
destroyed the credibility of the brand he was trying to build around managing creators. So since then, the project has largely faded from his content and public messaging since the controversy. And on top of that, Jack's also been accused of crypto pump and dump schemes, which further destroyed any remaining trust with his audience. So even his side hustles are tainted by controversy. And before we do the math, Jack also claims to own real estate, but it's almost impossible to find any sources to verify this or any earnings he may be receiving. Because even when he claims he's bought a house, it turns out he actually hasn't, and it's just for content.
Oh, is this your house?
Yeah, why?
Bro, this is crazy. How much does it cost?
Oh, it's $32 million. I didn't buy the crib. It's like 7K a night, but still, crazy crib.
So the whole property thing is
At
very
least
much a
he's
grey
honest.
area. But let's do some
honest,
estimates
guy.
anyway. So based on everything we've discussed, at his current income levels, even if we're generous and say he's pulling in maybe $200,000 per year total across all platforms and ventures, his expenses are still estimated at over $1 million annually. Rent alone is $720,000. Legal fees could be another $100,000 or more. On top of that, you have to factor in his security, staff, and production costs. Add his general lifestyle expenses, and the number climbs even higher, and that's not even taking into account things like Jack allegedly being robbed of $300,000 and those sorts of things.
That
So
is
even
crazy.
if we triple his estimated income to $600,000 annually, he might still be making a loss of around 30 grand every single month, which would make perfect sense, considering how desperate his content has become. It's gotten more extreme and reckless because controversy and shock value are the only things keeping the views up since his subscriber growth flatlined. But more extreme content also causes more demonetization, controversies, and sponsor abandonment. So his strategy is basically just a speed run to bankruptcy and zero credibility. Jack even tried pivoting to other platforms, but everywhere he goes, the reputation
this guy
follows.
holding
He
his
got
butt?
banned
That
from
is crazy.
PGA Tour events after causing a disruption at the Phoenix Open. His YouTube views are down, his Twitch presence is non-existent, and his ability
The problem is he thinks that his viewers would love to see Jack Doherty just getting arrested, which I mean we do. From now, yes, some of us do, but like he thinks what pulls viewers is if you do something bad and breaks the law and post this online, bro. Like I don't think YouTube should even allow you to post anything law included. You know what I mean? Like it's not even allowed.
to land new sponsorships is basically zero, because what brand wants to attach themselves to someone with pending felony charges and a track record of crashing cars on camera? So the question is this finally the moment the internet's been waiting for, where Jack can no longer afford his bodyguard? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
I don't even know what to say anymore at this point, really, but like I never thought I'll do another video of Jack Doherty, but here we are. Man just lost everything. The man is broke. The guy got banned from a lot of tournaments. The man is out. Like, you can't save yourself no more, buddy. So yeah, if you guys really enjoyed that video, please guys like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss another upload. Without further ado, I hope you guys have a blessing day. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.